Hi, I'm Nancy Murphy from yellow.artist.com. Well, today I'm going to take you through the steps on how to paint a glass jar. When sketching an object, you want to look at the shape of it and find multiple shapes within that to make it easier to draw. So basically, the base of the jar is a rectangle. So you do the rectangle to mark where you want the drawing on the page or the painting on the page, and then mark how high you want it, how wide you want it, how low you want it, and then start blocking in shapes. Now you're going to tone the canvas. For this painting, since the background is red, I'm using a mixture of red with a lot of water to the point it's pourable. This is just going to be the underlaying color. Now to paint the background, you mix cadmium red and cadmium yellow, and you make a couple of different piles with different amounts of the color to make different shades. Make a lighter shade by adding more of the yellow and a darker shade by adding more of the red. When it comes to the shadow, you'll want to add a little bit of either a very dark red or an ultramarine blue, so here I'm blocking in the colors going around the flower. Make sure your brush strokes are all over the place. You don't want them all in one direction. Now I'm adding a little bit more red to the mix to make it darker. You can add an alizarin crimson to make it darker. When doing the background, add a lot of paint to your brush so that the background stays wet and you can blend. And don't forget to add paint inside the jar because glass is transparent and you can see right through it. For the tabletop, you want to mix unbleached titanium and white. And for the shadowed area, the darker area, you'll add just a tiny bit of black. And you mix that portion in with the red so it matches with the wall color. Because again, it's reflecting. The wall is reflecting onto the table is reflecting onto the wall. So add the medium light color to the front. And then for the highlights, since they're coming from the right, the light source is coming from the right of the painting, make that the brightest bright. Now add that gray-red color to the bottom and to the side. And blend it with that line so it's not such a straight, dark, defined line. Now mix in a little bit darker of the lighter color and blend it in with the shadow. Just work through it and soften all the areas. The paint should be a little wet and a little thicker so you can blend it easily. And don't forget to paint inside of the jar. So I realized I forgot to give the instructions for painting the stem, so go to the very end of this video and you'll have the instructions to follow for paint colors. So continuing adding the darkest gray and a medium gray around the base. That reflects where the shadows are. So now you're working on the outside of the glass, and make sure on the back side there, you're going with the curve of the back, so that's kind of an upward arc. And when you work on the front shadow reflection, you want to curve it on the outside so it would be a downward arc. And up on the top, that is a downward because you're on the top side of the jar, which goes down. So you're alternating between a medium gray and a light gray. Glass is transparent, so again, you're not covering the entire background. And I'm fixing that line because the curve was too deep. I have a lighter gray and I'm adding some of the higher of the brighter highlights. Just putting on very wispy. When applying the paint, tap the brush on your hand to get rid of the excess paint because you don't want a lot of paint when you're doing glass. I'm going over and softening some of the lines. I'm using a wide angled brush to help do a nice coverage. Now I'm using a thin brush to do fine lines and more of the detailed work. I'm back to my wide brush. I have it turned so that I can get smaller markings or using it wide to do wider areas. That's my little love bug in the window. So to do the shade, you want to use a darker to medium gray underneath any object that's sitting on a table. Now I'm going to work on the shadow of the bottle. So you put the darkest dark closest to the object and then lighter on the way out, away from the bottle. I'm kind of feathering it on there and rubbing it in. And I'm taking my wide brush that's slightly damp and I'm blending it. And I'm softening that line. Okay, for the next part, for the flower, for the petals, we're going to be using these 5 colors and mixing a combination of all of these colors. You can mix as many combinations as you want. But basically you need a dark dark for the shadow, and you need a bright bright for the highlights, and then a couple of shades in between. So draw in the shadows first. You're kind of blocking in the shades right now. And you can be as creative as you want. All petals are different. And I'm lightly applying it, and as I apply it, I'm blending it out so it's not such sharp lines. I'm going in with a lighter color, mixing it with an orange. And just kind of tapping the paint around. A lot of painting is being able to mix a variety of colors using the palette that you have. If you don't have an Indian yellow, pick a yellow that's closest to this color. So you might add a tiny bit of yellow ochre to a bright yellow to get this color. Make the lines soft, just kind of tap them in and rub and blend them. But don't paint over the shadows completely because you want the shadows to shine through some. And I'm kind of reworking my petals, adding some highlights and new leaves on the flower, or new petals on the flower. And for petals that fall on the table, you go through the same steps, the darkest to the light, and always let a little bit of the underlayer shine through. And the same with the leaves, from dark to light. Now I'm adding a little bit of the background color with more yellow in it to just make it a little brighter on the light side of the painting and around the flowers. So there you have it. That's a finished painting. So thanks for watching. Head over to my website for more, yellow.artist.com.